Once again, we're in the World War II gallery of the San Diego Air and Space Museum. This is a very quick walkthrough of what we have in this particular gallery, which includes 7 airplanes, 7 real airplanes, and several models of different sizes. In back of me here is a Hellcat, which was one of the most successful of all the fighters in World War II. Next to that, up above, actually, is the Wildcat, which was significant earlier in the war, and several aces. Well, that's a whole other story. Came from flying the Hellcat. Next to that is the Corsair. Came into at the end of the war. It was a very fast airplane, significant because the neat look by the way the wings are. Straight up above is the Zero. This was the main aircraft that was flown by the Japanese as a fighter. A very significant airplane. To my left, your right, we have a model of the USS Yorktown. This was the model that replaced the Yorktown CV-5, which was lost in the Battle of Midway. Above that, we have models of the Devastator. And then the most significant airplane of the Battle of Midway was the SBD, Silent But Deadly, or actually stood for Scout Bomber Douglas, SBD. Next to that, we have the World War II area where we talked about would be the Eagle squadrons, and the aircraft here is a Supermarine Spitfire. In front of that is a general by the name of Tuck, not Friar Tuck, but Stanford Tuck. Stanford Tuck was an ace, 27 victories, flying for the RAF. Was finally shot down, was a prisoner of war. Above us here, we have the back of the SBD. In front of the SBD, we have a model of the Hurricane. And then we have a model to our right over here of the ME-109 or BF-109, take your pick. And above that is a B-17. A little further down, we have models of a very significant portion of the war effort by the Allies, were the WWII gliders towed by a C-47 painted up in the invasion stripe colors. And down below that, probably the best fighter of World War II was the P-51 Mustang. They made about 14,000 of these airplanes. This one is a real airplane, was actually in Europe. It was flown into Europe in April of '42, flown back to the United States, and then used by the Air National Guard. Above that, we have the basic trainer that the Americans used for quite a long time. It's a Stearman. This is also a real airplane, supposedly actually flown by Boyington, Pappy Boyington, that actual airplane. And in the distance, you can see the outline of a research airplane the Germans had, the Horten 229. A lot of flying saucer stories emanated from people seeing airplanes that looked like that at the time. Well, my hand on here is the engine of a BF, I should say ME-262. It's one of the first jet engines. The ME-262s, and which you have a model of one above, was operational. They actually flew some 1,500 of them. By the end of the war, they were all destroyed. The United States actually captured several of these airplanes and tested them and found them to be very, very competitive, very good airplanes. So that's what we have in this area. And we wish you to come back and visit us at the San Diego Air and Space Museum in Balboa Park, San Diego, California.